Welcome to the Organizer project in Visual Studio 2013. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to create a CLR empty project. We're going to call this one Organizer. And we're going to put it in our project directory. So we're going to click Browse. And I'm going to click OK. On the project menu, I'm going to click Add New Item. And I'm going to click on UI. And I'm going to click Add. Now I'm going to right-click on Organizer in the Solution Explorer window. Then I'm going to click Properties. Now I'm going to click the arrow next to Linker. And I'm going to click on System. Okay, in the Subsystem drop-down box, I'm going to select Windows. And I'm going to click Advanced. In the Entry Point drop-down window, I'm going to click Edit. I'm going to type Main in the box that appears. And then I'm going to click OK. Then I'm going to click the Apply window. Now I'm going to click the OK button. So now I'm going to double click the myform.ccp. And I'm going to include this information after my form here. I'm going to write using namespace system, using namespace Windows Forms, stat thread, of course, void main array string arguments, and all these other things you can copy and paste right out of the directions. Okay. Now I'm going to give my Windows form a new title and size. So I'm going to go right into my design view. So to get the properties up, you can right-click my form and choose properties. Here where it says text, I'm going to choose that, change that from my form to my organizer. And next to size, I'm going to come down and get size. I change that from 300 to 500 400. That just gives your height and width in pixels. 500 pixels wide, 400 pixels tall. So here's your toolbox. If that isn't visible, just go back to the View menu and click the toolbox. The View menu and toolbox is right there. You can click that, okay? And this will come up. So I'm going to find Menu Strip. And I'm going to drag it onto my organizer. Then I'm going to click here. And I'm going to type in File. And I'm going to type in here. And I'm going to click Exit. Then I'm going to double click on Exit. Then I can click Enter. Then I'm going to click type in my exit code right here. So I want the enter to do, I want to close my application. So I just click the close, C-L-O-S-E. Okay, with my closing parentheses. and with a semicolon. I click save. Now I'm going to add a data grid view to my object. So I'm going to come back over here to my design view. Okay. Now I'm going to click and drag a data grid view onto my screen here. Come back up, data grid view, drag on here. And I'm going to bring this almost all the way to the edge. Give myself a little margin around the sides. Just drag on those sizing handles. Want to fill most of my screen here. There we go. Now I'm going to right click here, go to properties. It brings this up here. So I'm going to find the box called name property. It's in the design section. There it is. And I'm going to change this to my grid. Data grid view 1 to my grid. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a column. So I click this down and I'm going to add a column. And I'm going to call this column item name. And the header text is going to be also item name. I just click the add and a new column is going to appear. There you go. So now I'm going to add another column. I'm going to call this one category. And have the header text category as well. I click add. And I click close. So now I'm going to add my XML file. Okay. I'm going to go File, New File. So now I'm going to click on the XML file. Under the general categories here, and click Open. And now I'm going to save it. Go File, save this file as. So I'm going to go back to where I have the rest of the stuff saved on my desktop, the C++ folder, in my organizer file. And what I'm going to call this is data XML. I click save. So now I'm going to add this XML project to my XML file, my project. I'm going to right click organizer. Now I click add to existing item. Add existing item. So I'm going to go find data XML and click add. So now I'm going to add something to my XML file. I'm going to click enter a couple times. And I'm going to write list. Put my list tag up there and put a little space in between the opening and closing tags. So now I'm going to create an item tag. Just like that. And I'm going to put something inside my item tag. I remember my form, I made a column called item name. So I put it here, item name, name equals. And I'm going to put something in here, right? What do I want to put in here? What kind of item name? Well, I could put some kind of an animal, right? I could put a dog. So in the same item, I'm going to put the next column name. I put space. Now, what the next column was named what? Category. I call that one animal, right? So I come on down and do another item. Just like that. Oops. What's the item name on this one? Put in there canary. Come out of there, come out of the quotation mark, put my category in here. I'll put bird. Okay, so now I've got everything in here. I added 3 more, so I got 5 entries, so I'm going to save it. Now I'm going to go into Form My H. Design, rather. And I'm going to right click anywhere and I click View Code. Now I go all the way up to the top of my code. And I'm going to add a new namespace. So I'm going to type in using namespace system XML. So now I just save everything. And we're going to click debug. There we go. The 2013 instructions didn't give us directions on how to code this so that it would fill our form out. So what we need to do is we need to come down to right above where it says protected, type in dataset, then put your shift 6 and put DS list. And then the other thing I was supposed to do is to double click my blue bar up here. This is my organizer. And put some code right here. So under this, I'm supposed to type this arrow DS list read XML data.xml. So I'm identifying where I'm going to read the information from. So I come down a list line and I enter new code. You type this. And that would list every item that you needed to put into the code. Now, if I build these, I've got 2 extra categories. So what do? What I do is I go under My Grids, Add Range. I'm just going to comment out this line. Okay, put a couple dashes in front of that. I'll try and building it again. There we go, just like we'd like it. And there's your project. Project age is optional for you guys. What we're going to do is we're going to add a new form to our project. This form is going to be used to enter items into your organizer. So on the project menu, click Add New Item. So here I'm going to click UI and I'm going to right click Windows Form. And I'm going to call this one add item. Now I'm going to click add. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to my Form H file here. So I go all the way to the top. And before even the pragma, I'm going to put a couple spaces up here. And at the very top of this line, I'm going to type pound include. Add item. .h. So I click the Add Item Design tab. Then I right-click the gray area of the form and I click Properties right over here. And next to text, I'm going to change the Add Item to Add New Item. Now I'm going to go to my my Form H design. And I'm going to click this file, type here, and I'm going to click and I'm going to type in here add new item. And I'm going to drag this on top of exit. So now I double click add new item, click enter, and I type in system void add new item, tool strip menu item, click system. You can copy and paste this directly from the instructions, actually. So I'm going to add a couple lines to this, and I'm going to type some more. Add item window, show dialog. So I'm going to have this come up as a dialog box, right? Now I'm going to go into my add item design tab here. And I'm going to add a text box. Now I'm going to put this in the up in the corner here. I right click the box and get properties up. And I'm going to change the name property to text item name. I'm going to drag a label over here and call it item name. I'll put it right next to the box here. Can I bring up the second text box? I'm going to name it text category. And I'm going to put the label up here. Call it category. Okay, right click the text category. We'll We'll change it to category. I'm going to add a button. Put it down here. And we're going to change the text property to add. And we're going to change the name to button add. I'm going to add another button. And the name property is going to be button cancel. And the text property is going to be cancel. Now I'm going back to the form properties. So I right click here, properties. So now to set a default button, I'm going to come down here to miscellaneous, where it says accept button here. I'm going to choose the add button. It's my default button here. So see, you have the automatic going around to add. Now next to cancel button, I click this down and we'll put button cancel. Now I'm going to add an event handler for the cancel button. I double click it. Take me right to the code. I click enter to come on to a new line. I can just type close. Now I'm going to add another event handler. And pretty much we're going to do the same thing for the add button for now. We'll change it later. I double click the add, click enter, and we'll put close for now. We'll put in the other code, different code later. Now, just like we did the other H thing, we're going to add the namespace. So come all the way up to the top. Then we're going to put an enter here. We're going to put using namespace system XML. Save it. Now I'm going to go all the way down and find the event handler for the add button code all the way down. There's the add button. So I'm going to add a couple lines before close. A new empty line. I'm going to type some new stuff. I'm going to put in the load code for the data XML. I'm going to add some code under that. Copy and paste it right from the directions if you'd like. I'm going to add another line of code. And I'll do the category set attribute for this particular item as well. And so now we're going to add it to the actual text. So here's a pen child, new item. We add this command here. So we're going to save your data XML file. Now we've added the new information to it. Now you compile this and you are done with Chapter 8.